Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining. I am having a wonderful day. Hi, Nicole, how are you? Hello, how are you? Oh gosh, it's so good to, you guys are here. I love it. Kisses right back to you. Good. I'm glad. It's beautiful here. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous outside. It's almost too hot. It's almost 80, so it's like, and then it's gonna supposed to be snowing again this weekend. So that's Colorado weather for you, you know? Kind of a long winter for sure. For sure. Um, we have some really wonderful questions, of course. We always do. You guys send hi, Mary. Hello, Canada. Hello, hello. Okay, that won't work. Hello, Portugal. I forgot that's where you're from. It's not showing me mine. It's not showing me on my end. So if we have some icky person saying icky things again, hello, Netherlands, I won't know how to block them until I am done. So I'm not going to pay them any mind. I hope you guys don't mind that. But because there'll probably be another one, you know, people trying to say how taboo all spirituality is. And we know better, don't we? Yep, yep. So I'm really glad you guys could join in. I know there's a few people that have questions, so I wanted to wait just another minute. But so, just noise. Oh, yep, yep. And to me, you know, and I had given when it comes to people who are making comments like that, one point I actually was guided to talk to healers about that because when they come on, hi Elizabeth, when they come on, um, that means you're doing it right. Okay, so when we're attracting that low vibration, that negative energy around us, that means we're doing something right because they're trying to stop us, right? Just as angels can speak through us, and we all know that, the negative side, negative entities, negative energies, they can speak through people as well. Where we don't even realize that we're actually saying or doing, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not making excuses up for anybody. No, no. But, you know, the first question on here is about negativity. So it's how can we tell if we're around a negative environment? And I bet, oh, thank you. Thank you. That's the shine, you know. um, how can we tell? You know, you guys have walked into a room. Okay, so you're going to be able to relate to this really well, Amanda. You guys have walked into a room. When you walk in the room, you can tell if somebody's talking about you when you walk in, right? All of us have been there. We walk in the room, everybody gets quiet, and you get this feeling, yay, hi, welcome. We get this feeling that they're talking about us because they are. And then they stop, and then all of a sudden everybody's kind of scurrying to try and change the subject, right? We've all experienced that, all of us, at one point or another. So that same negative feeling that you get when you walk in the room, when you can tell that those people are talking about you, that is the same feeling you'll get when you walk into a negative environment. Like around your work, when you said you just dealt with a colleague at work. Hi, that was very negative. That feeling, that energy that you're picking up, that's how you can tell if it's a negative environment. Negative environment is almost identical to a negative person. Negative is negative. You know, it's that, it's that this doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't resonate with you. That's what that means, right? So I hope oh, that's not good. You can send me an email. I might be able, you know, when you're around, Amanda just said the negative person that she's around at work is very negative and she gets very anxious around that. That's what they're hoping for. They're trying to do that to you. They're trying to intimidate you. Their goal is to squish you. All right, that's what that negative stuff is. Like when somebody looks at another person, and you know how girls are really good at this, and they give you the look, you know, they give you that look like they completely disapprove of you. I don't know about you all, but I've seen it a lot in my life. And they don't want you to succeed. So that feeling of anxiety is the negativity coming through. Anytime there's negative anything, you know, when I have a negative entity in my home, and we can do this with ghosts. We can even do this like when you guys are going through your transformation and you feel the angels around you, but you really aren't sure if it's an angel. You just know something's around you, or you can see something kind of moving a little bit, and you get that, right? Because we can't see them, we can't hear them, we don't know who they are, but that energy's coming through. If it's negative, you're gonna feel dread. You're gonna feel like a sense of doom over you, which causes anxiety. So that's why you feel anxious around that person. You don't like it. You don't feel right. It doesn't resonate with you. It makes you feel uncomfortable, creating anxiety. So what I would recommend, Amanda, is for you to actually, if you can go in the bathroom and meditate, you know, my guided meditation, that will help you tremendously. Just listen to me and the first like 3 to 4 minutes. So that's what, like 8 minutes, I think, into the video. It will calm you down. You can walk in there. It'll pick up your confidence and you just walk in there with your head up, be proud, and that'll make that anxiety go away. That'll make you be able to function a little bit better in that negative energy that is around that person that you work with. Same thing in an environment, okay, where the whole place might be toxic, and that's very, very difficult. That is exceedingly draining, causing more anxiety. So, okay, and then we have another question. How does one know when a karmic debt has been repaid and it's over once and for all? Well, when we're in karmic situations, there's a lot of that negativity that I'm talking about. Karmic people, yay, hi Mary. Karmic people in our lives, this can be your family, this can be friends, but anybody who is karmic to you, there is that, it's almost like a love-hate kind of a thing. It's like, I really like you, but there's something, I don't know, I can't figure it out. Because it's meant to be that way. You see, they're put into your life so that you can align yourself. It's all about healing old karma. So whatever was carrying over from a past life, when you come into the karmic situation, whether it be family, whomever, this is something that's supposed to be resolved while you're here on earth in this incarnation. And the feeling of negativity is there. The feeling of, I don't know, something's not right. The feeling of heaviness on you is around this, and these people, whatever the debt is associated with. Typically it's around people, but it can be a reoccurring situation. When it is done, you can look at them, you can talk to them. There is no more heaviness. There's no more weight on you. There's no more anxiety. There's no more anger. It just is. You know, you can actually talk to them, talk about them, and not feel anger, any emotions. You can, and I don't mean like, you know, not like a psychopath. I mean, no emotions like in a negative capacity, you know, or trying to please them, whatever was associated. It's pretty generic question, so I can't get too, no, not dead inside, Mary. It's at peace. It's peace inside, not dead. It's feeling like whatever issue it was, it doesn't exist. It doesn't matter. There's no more pain, there's no more ill will, there's no more negativity, and you can literally wish them well. If it's a person, wish them well. Send that question, Amanda, to my email, and I can address that next week. Yeah, the friction's gone, Elizabeth, correct. The friction, all of that. It's just peace. It's just like, I can walk in, I can be me. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to please you. I'm not trying, hi, how are you? I'm not trying to do anything. It's just peace. It's just calmness. So there's no more negativity. There's no more weight. The dread is gone. Okay, you guys, send that. That's a really good topic. And I can actually address that next week. So put that, send that to my email. Okay. Okay. I hope that answered your question. And this one is, how can we know when we are, let me try it again. How can we know when we are having actual telepathic conversations with our soulmate and not just talking to ourselves in our mind? I bet a lot of you want to know that one, huh? Hi, how are you? So when we have telepathy with our soulmate, it's quite interesting. You can be driving down the street and all of a sudden it's like you hear your soulmate talking to you and it's in your head. And you say something back from your thoughts, you say it back and they answer you. You can tell with the feeling that's around you. See, when we're in our head, we're creating, we can sidetrack, we can get interrupted. When we're in a telepathic state, we don't even pay attention to anything that's going on around us. We're completely focused on them because we have to tune in. We have to like kind of listen. It's faint. I mean, it's loud enough to hear, but it's a little bit faint. And I'm sure most of you who have experienced this would agree with that. That it's a little bit faint and you kind of have to listen, but they answer your questions. You know, when we're creating, and I'm an Aquarius, so well, obviously I created my channel, right? So we're very, very innovative. We're very creative individuals. And I'm always in my mind. I'm always in my mind. I hear angels. I hear everybody talk to me, good and bad. When my soulmate talks to me, it is distinct. It is his voice. It is in the same exact way that he would speak to me if he was standing in front of me. There's no distinction. It's not like distorted. It is clear as a bell. When we are creating, we'll make it sound a little bit different. We'll make the setting different. We'll actually, if we're creating, we can see things around us. So it's almost like multitasking in our brain. But when we're in the telepathic state, we don't see or hear anybody else. We are totally in tune with that person because telepathy is focusing to each other, right? So you don't see and hear anything around you. When you're on the soulmate journey, it happens quite frequently, not just in speech, but it can happen like sexually, esoteric sex. I mean, it can happen in a multitude of different ways. You will feel when you're done with the conversation that they were literally right in front of you. You will feel a sense of satisfaction because it's rare that it's arguing. You can argue telepathically, of course, but usually when you and the soulmate are telepathically speaking, it's on a more loving level because you can't do it in the physical form. So we do it in the telepathic form. You see, the soulmates are put into each other's lives to help each other transform. So I'm going to help Tommy over here transform, and Tommy's going to help me transform my life. And both of us are going to get on our path together, but separately. Together meaning we help each other. That's why that telepathic connection is super strong while you're going through the transformation. We can have telepathy with anybody if you know how to actually tune into them. But with your soulmate, you will hear. It will be as though it's live. It's like right there. So Miranda, I hope that that answered your question. Now I'm going to read you guys this. April sent me this, and I didn't answer her yet because I wanted to bring it up on the live show so it would actually help you, because I think it's kind of applicable for what you guys are doing. So she wrote, I wrote you this while you, I don't need to, okay. It's about a dream that she had. I had a dream that I went to you for a reading in person. Now, this is a dream. I went to you for a reading in person, and in the dream, I remember seeing myself lying on a bed, and I believe what you were doing was Reiki. I remember seeing a green light around me, and you were explaining to me what part of myself that I needed to heal. But the thing is, when I woke up, I couldn't remember exactly what you were telling me. I remember some parts of it. Usually I'm good at remembering dreams, but I couldn't remember. I also woke up thinking to myself, why am I dreaming of Lorianne? But I really wish that I could remember. So what she is talking about, and I'll answer her the rest of her question separately. The reason I'm bringing this up to you, hi, is because when you guys are on YouTube and you're moving around, and a lot of you have always say this, I opened up YouTube, I wasn't looking for anything psychic or tarot or metaphysics or spiritual, but bam, there you were. And I was just drawn to listen to you. And when I listened to you, it was like my story, my life story that you were talking about. Angels will guide you to the right people that you are meant to work with, okay? And I work with people on a different level. I'm not a tarot reader. I am a psychic, and I use those cards for detail. You guys know that. I don't need the cards, as my guidance clients know. You know, you are being guided. She's being guided to come to me to help her with a blockage, with a breakthrough, with getting some clarity. The angels are saying, hey, go to Lorianne because she can help you with this, whatever this is, okay? They will guide you. They will literally put a picture of somebody. They will put that video on there. They will guide you to whomever you need to hear. You guys, I know this has happened to all of you because this happened to me too. When you go on YouTube and you type in and you're looking for something, and that's cool. That's way cool, Mary. And you're looking for something along the lines of tarot, you're looking for a reading, and then as you see the little screen of all the different things that pop up, and you like look, and then you pick that one, and it's your life story that they're talking about, right? All of you, I guarantee almost all of you have had that happen. That is for a specific reason. You were meant to hear that. You were meant to hear that. There you go. See? I don't know you, but I'm glad you're here with us. She just said she turned it on and I was live, and boom, now she's watching this live show. You were meant to watch this show, okay? There's a reason that you're being guided to me. Every one of you have been brought to this channel for a reason. And the majority of you get readings from me, and there is a high accuracy rate. But it's the other half of the reading. It's not just the reading. You guys ask so many wonderful questions, but I can't answer these and answer those at the same time, and they go up super quick. If you guys could send those questions to my email, ascendingsoulsjourney@gmail.com, I can help you. I can ascendingsoulsjourney@gmail.com. I can help you, and I would love to do that. But what we want to do, yeah, it would be great. Thank you. Is address the questions that other people have asked, and then at the end, I try to leave time, you know, for you guys. Hi, Angie. It's nice to see you. Okay, so that one's done. The next one is... Oh, Mandy. Okay, Mandy sent me an email talking about confirmation of a reading. So she was just letting me know that I had given her a reading, and I had told her on the career side that X, Y, and Z was going to take place, right? And it was going to be a woman around age 40, 50 years old, all of this. And I described the person to her, and it would be a wonderful opportunity for her. Now, I've also worked with Mandy on the soulmate side. Okay. So on the soulmate side, there's a timing issue. And I know you guys know why there's a timing issue. The timing issue isn't necessarily her per se. It isn't necessarily that she did anything wrong. It has everything to do with the soulmate, with their free will. Maybe there was a death in the family. Maybe they needed to go through a divorce and go to an attorney. Whatever that is postponing their healing on their end, that can change the time frame. But what she was letting me know, even though the soulmate timing, and it was only a couple weeks difference, it totally different issue. But on the career side, exactly what I said happened. Now, here's the thing. I gave her advice. I told her what to look for and how to do it. And she did it. And she let go and she let God, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then bam, there it was. When we're on the soulmate journey, a lot of you guys, I did it. A lot of you will get that pull to contact your soulmate. That feeling, oh my God, I've got to reach out. Something's wrong. I can feel this. I can feel, okay. The connection is very, very deep, and it is illusional. All right. You have this invisible karmic cloak over you. You see outline, but you don't see detail. We're foggy headed. We can't think clearly. I repeat myself a lot for a reason. Okay. I am actually guided to say it again and again because somebody needs to hear it. And if they didn't hear it, my angels say it again. Now, what takes place is she let go, she let God, she let everything fall into place, and bam, there it was. The right time frame, the right job, everything. But when we're dealing with a soulmate, we feel like we need to interject. We feel like we're not doing enough because as a chaser, we feel like we need to fix the runner. We need to give them books to read. We need to tell them about the spiritual journey. We need to help them heal. How can you help them heal if you're not healed? It's all about focusing the attention back on you. Okay, so right now I am happy to answer a question if you guys want to throw one out. I know you guys set a bunch, you had a bunch up there. Okay, well, somebody asked me about the soulmate journey. And I did get several people who want to be part of a soulmate journey where I'm just talking about the soulmate. So if you're interested in that, please send me an email. I want more than a couple of people in it for me to take the time to do it. I'd be happy to do it for you. Just send me an email and put in the subject line that you would like to participate in the soulmate live show, okay? And if it's a personal question that you're asking me, you'll have to do that through a reading. This is for spiritual questions. This is for, I already did August, Aquarius. I already did it. I did it. It's posted last week. Yes, those tones are the universe connecting. So Neva, I hope I said your name right, is asking about the tone in her ear, the ringing in her ear. It sounds like a high-pitched frequency. It sounds like what you'd hear on a sci-fi movie, like this sound, you know, it's kind of, well, to me it sounds like science fiction kind of sound, you know. This sound is it's a broader, more deeper connection to the other side. You know, as we incarnate, we forget where we come from. Our soul's not connected to our conscious brain. It's connected to our subconscious. Okay, so in our brain, we have no clue what's going on. Okay, I'd be happy to answer personal questions through a personal reading, and you can find that on my website. Um, anyway, now I forgot what I was saying. I'm so goofy today. I'm sorry. I had a really busy day. Busy week, actually. I'm actually booked out quite a ways. Um, okay, so she's asking, you've mentioned that the healing begins when there's no contact. And what she's asking is, um, the healing begins when there's no contact. You guys know this. So the soulmates come together, great connection. The only way you can heal is apart. You see, Tommy triggered me to go back and look at my life. No, Tommy's not my real soulmate. So he's sending me to look at my past. It's a trigger. Something he said or did triggered me to remember something in my past that is a wounding. It's something that it was an issue within me. I triggered in Tommy something that he has from the past. This could be from our first family. This could be when we're growing up and we're told you're a failure, you're never going to be anything. And then 30 years later, you meet this romantic soulmate that triggers you and you're like, whoa, you're just like my mom, right? A lot of you have had that happen. You're like my mom. You're like my ex. You're like my whomever injured them. That's what they're comparing you to when when they're comparing you to somebody in their past. You're meant to trigger each other so that each separately can heal the wounding. And then God does bring you back together. Her question is, it reaching out, how does it affect the dynamics of the journey? It will prolong it. It will slow it down. Absolutely. If you're in contact, you can't be healing. So those of you who keep running back and keep jumping on the hamster wheel and you keep jumping on and jumping off and going back and forth, or trying to fix them and sending them things and checking in with them once a week or once every, couple times a month, that is prolonging it. That is prolonging it. They know that you're hooked if it's the runner you're talking about, and it is, because the chaser's the one trying to get the relationship to move forward, right? So if you're communicating with them, it will slow down the healing process. Sometimes it will completely push the runner away. It will literally push them away, where they will not do the work. They've got you hooked. They don't have to. As long as you're communicating with them, they don't have to do anything. When they feel you gone, okay. When they feel you gone is when they, oh, you want me to do career? Are you guys asking me to do a career reading or a personal reading? I love you too. Thank you. Good. Good. You should be. She said she left. You want one on love. Okay. Um, Mary was saying that she left her soulmate in January, and Mary's been working. I've been working with her. She is not a guidance client. She's a wonderful lady, and I kind of help her out a little bit. Oh, shoot. I have readings that I did. I didn't upload them. Just so you guys know, when I do a 20-minute video, it takes about 40 additional minutes for me to upload it, fix it, and hit the button so you can see it. So a 20-minute reading has taken me about an hour of my time. So when I upload them, it takes time, and I forgot to upload a couple of them, and Libra might have been one of them. I saw a clear mist that couldn't, okay. I think you were talking about a ghost. Yes, yes. So I didn't catch your name, but yes, she's talking about the soulmate journey is about you. It's about you. It's not about a relationship. It's not about the two of you getting together and having a wonderful, beautiful life. It's about you fixing yourself, because if the two of you were together right now, it would wind up dead and over. It would not last. It may last a year, it may last 4 years, but it will wind up dying. It will wind up ending, because you're bringing all that wounding into this relationship. all the past is coming in. So people who have addictions, they're going to bring that into the relationship. People who have been dealing with abuse, that's going to come into this new relationship until we fix the inner issue within us. This can be something as small as, and it sounds super small, but it's actually gigantic, is that's karmic, third party's karmic, is confidence, all right? It's all about both people lose their confidence because of whatever that issue is, or issues. Some people have multitude of issues, but they have to fix it. So we meet our romantic soulmate the majority of the time is for us to align ourselves and put ourselves back on the right path, in alignment with God, with the angels, the direction we're supposed to go, okay? And we can only do that if we get back on the path. And that's what they're doing. They're going, get back on your path, get back on your path, get back on your path. And yeah, I have no idea why somebody's doing that. How can you tell if someone is your twin flame or just a karmic lesson? Twin flames and soulmates are completely different. So twin flames, we do not meet in every lifetime. No, we do not. Twin flame, we meet after we've been here like 10 or more times. So that's a really broad question. Okay, I don't know why you're talking about politics, but I'd appreciate if you just go away. So is there any other questions? Okay, if you guys, okay, you guys can talk about politics, but I want to talk about spirituality. What? Please, what? I'm not leaving. Okay, Celia, I am going to do a segment for you about the twin flame soulmate journey. I will explain again the difference between the soulmates, and I would be happy to do this. This is a very complex, and it's really difficult to understand the journey while we have this invisible karmic cloak on us, over us, where we can see the outline but not the detail. This is something that you have to hear it over and over and over again until then, boom, it clicks. So if I do this special segment for you, you guys will be able to go back and listen to it again. And then one day it will click. But when I answer it in bits and pieces like I've done, it's really difficult. Angels? Yeah. Oh, it's hard to break your soulmate connection. Well, empathy, you mean being an empath, or soulmate journey is supposed to be difficult and painful? Okay, only because whatever hurt you way, way, way back ago, could have been the age of 2, could have been the age of 8, it could have been your first love of your life in college. Whatever hurt you has been haunting you and following you around in your subconscious mind for however decades have passed. Years, some of us it's been 40 years, right? Some of us it's been longer. And it hurt us. We suppressed it. We didn't want to deal with it. It hurt, it hurt, it hurt. I don't want to look at it anymore. And we move forward. Well, now it's right back in your face again. The pain is not from the soulmate. The pain of the journey is from your wounding that has nothing to do with them. Their job is to trigger you to look at that pain, trigger you to fix it, to heal it, to meet somebody like me that can help you get it gone, right? So that's why it's painful, but it has nothing directly to do with the soulmate. You will know when you're healed with the soulmate journey, when you have no anger, when you do not feel like fixing the other person. And you thank them for the journey, because on the other side, after we go through the healing, and let me tell you what, I was not like, I didn't look like I do. When I went through mine, I looked different. I acted different. I didn't like people. I didn't like anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Get away from me. Don't ask me for a reading. I'm not giving anybody anything. So this is really about you. It's about figuring out why they have been brought to you. It's about figuring out what that wounding is and really going down deep and getting it out and actually healing it. Sometimes we have to cut people out of our lives. We have to move. Sometimes we have to change jobs. We have to make changes in our life. That's why a lot of you see 555. That's changes, right? So when you're on your path, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, even though it doesn't feel like it, you'll start seeing 444. The angels are helping you. You're on the right path. You're moving forward. So it just, those angel numbers are very key, very significant. All the synchronicities are very key, very significant. When you're in a certain scenario and you see a synchronicity of your soulmate, like when I told you guys that I was in, my camera looks like it got dim, so I don't know if there's an issue. When I went to California, I'm moving back. Well, we grew up in the same area, the same general area. And there was his name. And then on the plane, 2 blocks from where I was looking at the property, which I didn't get. Not yet. I'll get there. There was his name and my name as a business name. And I was like, okay, now we can take that as, oh, God's putting him back in my life. And it could be. But we can also look at it as the soulmate who triggered us to the wounding. That is letting me know whatever is in that surrounding has something to do with the soulmate journey. It has something to do with the soulmate, whether it be addressing the issue that needs to be healed, or maybe that is it. Maybe he's right around the corner, he or she. But those synchronicities all mean something. And my guidance clients tell you I actually use those synchronicities and I use those angel numbers to help them figure out what's going on. But all of these are very significant pieces because the whole thing that you're going through is a puzzle and you have to fit all the pieces in the right place. So in the end, you're complete. And when I say you're complete, I mean you're complete. You don't have a hole in the middle of you, missing a puzzle piece. You don't have puzzle pieces crammed in there trying to make it look real and the picture's distorted. No, you are completely whole as a perfect picture, as a perfect being. That is what takes place in the end of the transformation, which is why we can look at our soulmate and say, I thank you. It doesn't mean you're going to be with them. You may not. No, I don't approve of what you did to me. You do not acknowledge it. I'm not going to interact with anybody who does that. I won't allow anybody to do that. We set different kind of boundaries. I didn't. If you're asking about angel numbers, you can Google it. There's a ton. You go online looking up angel numbers, you will get so many different hits on Google, and all of them seem to have their own theory. Now, I found one that's absolutely incredible, right in alignment with what I believe and what I'm being guided to as to the meanings. That's what I'm talking about. So go on, you can Google angel numbers, all right? The one I found is perfect. So I haven't had an opportunity to build it on my website. Is going to take probably a week, literally a week, and I don't have a week of time. So I can't build it yet, but I will eventually. But you can look those angel numbers. Yeah, are you talking about the soulmate, Mary? Yes, you can grow out of your soulmate. It's not really growing out of the soulmate. It's saying, okay, you're not healed. I will not be around toxic people. I will not be around people who betray me, who hurt me, who cheat on me. I will not participate in a third-party relationship. I deserve all the attention on me because I'm special, I'm unique, and I deserve to be treated that way. I also, in return, will do this for my partner. They can turn their back on you as well. But we don't want an unhealed person. So by the time we're done going through our journey and we see all their faults, okay, and we see our own faults, we become accountable for what we do. You are so welcome. Yeah, healing from a third party relationship is very hurtful, but you really want to take a look at that. Why are we involved in a situation? And I did it years ago. I was in it and I said, never again. I want somebody, I want to be with my partner. I want to go to the movies. I want to be in public. I want to spend holidays with them. And it didn't make me feel good about me. Okay. So I never did it again. I never did. And he was a soulmate to me. He was actually very, very good to me. I knew him for many years. Actually, there was 17 years from the time I first started dating him. 17 years later is when we were brought back in. God did it, okay? Brought us back in a work environment where he walked in. He was one of the subcontractors. I was with the general contractor, and he was one of the people that we hired on the job. So it kind of, started all over again. And yeah, no. I deserve all the attention on me. I deserve somebody who comes to my home and can spend the night because they choose to, not leave because I have to, right? So if you're in a third party relationship, no matter how much you love them, when we're going through the journey, it's about loving us first. So those of you participating in those, really look at what is it that you want in a relationship. I didn't want to be in a committed relationship, as many of you know. I'm very vocal about it. I picked men that live far away. I would refuse to be in a third party, knowingly be in a third party situation. So I picked men that live far away. They weren't going to show up on my doorstep and interrupt my time with my children. I was a single mother, and it meant a lot to me to spend time with my babies. So you can book a reading and I'd be happy to answer that question. So I picked men that live far away, that distance. I wanted that distance so we didn't have that connection, or so I thought, right? The physical connection wasn't there. Yeah, it's hard, right, Celia? It's really hard. We all want to be. And the thing is, Cindy, you are loved. Cindy, right? You are loved. You're loved very much. Each and every one of us love all of us. Everybody on my channel, you guys are wonderful to each other. I read, and I know it's not a lot, but I read how you help other people. And that's good. That's what I want. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Deidre. Sorry. My optometrist makes fun of me. I wear these. These are for reading, and I have ones for driving. And my optometrist makes fun of me. He's like, you won't wear bifocals. And I'm like, no, they'll go with the other 4 pair that are in my drawer. I will not wear bifocals. So I have to do this, you know what I mean? So love is all around us, but love starts within us. You have to love yourself first. So Deidre, when you're looking at it, yeah, self-nurturing, self-love, that's what it's about. That's why I created the class about self-love, self-nurturing, okay? So you guys, maybe it's time for you to look at that class. Maybe it's time for you to take it if you're feeling that, because through the class you will learn how to love yourself fully. Because the 9 of Pentacles, as you guys know, the 9 of Pentacles, I love that card. Okay, that card is about a person, a man or a woman who is very independent, who loves what they've accomplished in their life, who loves the world that they've created around them, their job, their career, their home, all the furnishings of their home. They love their car. They love their life. They take good care of them. They treat themselves with love. When we're in third-party relationships, it's like abuse, right? We go back, we love, we're open, they love you, and then they run away. And you're going, wait a minute, I feel abandoned. Ooh, there's a key. Abandonment issues. So anybody in a third-party relationship, take a look at that. That could be a very helpful tool, what I just said for you. So really look back and look at your life. Abandonment issues most likely are stemming from your birth parents. Those of you who have been adopted, there's that unbelievable subconscious from in the womb. Okay, you consciously are not aware of it, but there is that feeling of abandonment, of rejection, right? Not everybody feels that way. Not all people do. But this is very, very much a part of that. So if you're finding yourself in relationships where there's no open emotional attachment, there's no open availability, emotionally available, physically available, then you want to take a look at that. You know, people are people. People make mistakes. People who have children and they do put them up for adoption, or a mom will allow her child to live with the father. You know, in that moment, and it's hard for children to get that, especially if the other parent is not telling the full story. But maybe the mother at that point in time, or father, was not in a good place. They couldn't help the child because we love our children so much. We want them to have a better life than we did, right? That's how much we love our kids. Most of us, not all of us. If we feel that we are inadequate, if we have no self-confidence, if we have this wounding inside, deep, deep stuff, and we're confused and we don't know, but we know that they may be better off with the other person, you're doing the right thing for the child, but the child doesn't always know that. So it's good to make sure that you're able to reiterate that to them somewhere throughout their life, hopefully before they get too old, so that they understand that. So I hope this has been of help to you guys. Yeah. Yep. And that has a little bit to do with what you said before. You can send me an email, okay, Deidre? But check out the classes, okay? There's a lot of you that can benefit from those classes. I haven't made the healing video. I've actually only had one person who wants it at this time, but I know a lot of times you guys get off and you forget. So if you want to, oh wait, not the healing video. I am gonna make some, but that's down the road. I'm talking about clearing your home, saging, getting rid of negative entities, energies. You want to keep that out, especially if you're going through the journey. You're opening the gateway to the positive, all right? Even though we're already connected, you're opening it up larger, allowing them to come in and help you and guide you, but you're opening it up to the negative entities, and energies also can come in. So you're pulling it in from both sides. So make sure that you are cleansing you. You're cleansing your home, your family, your car, your surroundings, okay? So I hope that this has helped you guys. I love doing this for you. You are wonderful. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I still have the special, I forgot to close it, which now that I realize I didn't upload the other 3 or 4 monthlies, I'm so sorry. I think Libra was one of them. I will upload those for you, and the special will continue for that time. You are welcome. Have a wonderful day. Much love.